In 1975, two boys were playing near a housing estate in the town of Tuam in the west of Ireland. They found a broken concrete slab. Underneath it, a disused septic tank filled with small human skulls. A priest was called. He blessed the site. The council resealed the tank. And for 40 years, that was the end of it. In 2012, one woman started asking a different question. By the time she was done, she had a list of 796 names. This is the story of what the list contained and who agreed not to look. Chapter 1. The Home. From 1925 to 1961, a building on the edge of Tuam operated as St. Mary's Mother and Baby Home. It was run by an order of Catholic nuns, the Sisters of Bon Secours. Unmarried pregnant women were sent here by priests, by social workers, sometimes by their own families, to give birth away from public view. In 1975, two 12-year-old boys broke open a concrete slab on the property and found a defunct septic tank, sealed since 1935. Inside were the skulls and bones of dozens of infants and children. A priest blessed the site. The county council resealed it. No investigation followed. The home itself had already been demolished in 1971. A housing estate now stands where it once was. Chapter 2. The System. Tuam wasn't unique. It was one of at least 18 mother and baby homes operating across Ireland between 1922, the year the Irish state was founded, and 1998. These ran alongside a separate but related system, the Magdalene Laundries, which had existed in Ireland since 1765. Women sent there for pregnancy outside marriage, for being victims of abuse, sometimes for no clearly recorded reason at all, performed unpaid labor in industrial laundries, some for months, others for the rest of their lives. The last laundry didn't close until 1996. A government investigation into the mother and baby homes alone later found that more than 9,000 children died across the 18 institutions it examined. Chapter 3. The Historian. In 2012, a local historian named Catherine Corless began researching the Tuam home simply out of curiosity about her town's history. She noticed something didn't add up. Death records existed for children at the home, but almost none of them had matching burial records. She paid a few euros at a time to request individual death certificates, expecting to find 1 or 2 deaths a year. The clerk handed her a list of 796 names. Infants, toddlers, some as old as 4, all recorded as having died at the home between 1925 and 1961. Only 2 had a known grave. Corless published her findings in a small local history journal. Nobody responded. She took it to a national newspaper instead. In June 2014, the story made front-page news across Ireland. Chapter 4. The Agreement. The nuns who ran the home initially declined to comment. They later apologized, stating they had failed to respect the dignity of the women and children in their care. But the silence went beyond the institution itself. Longtime residents of the housing estate built on the site later told journalists that everyone in town had always known children were buried there. Parents warned their kids as they played, "Don't go near the baby's graveyard." Nobody hid this. Nobody needed to. For decades, the town, the church, and the state simply agreed not to look. Chapter 5. The Reckoning. Preliminary test excavations in 2016 and 2017 confirmed significant quantities of human remains at the site, dating to the years the home operated. In 2021, the government's own Commission of Investigation confirmed that more than 9,000 children died across the 18 mother and baby homes it examined. The Taoiseach, Ireland's Prime Minister, apologized to survivors in the National Parliament on behalf of the state, not just the Church. A full excavation began in July 2025. It's expected to take at least 2 years. Partway through, forensic archaeologists found evidence of a second burial area, roughly 50 to 100 meters from the original septic tank, with no trace visible on the surface before they started digging. As of the most recent count, the remains of 99 children have been recovered, all of them in coffins. Identifying the remains means matching them to living relatives. More than 160 people have volunteered DNA samples, some traveling from as far as the United States and the United Kingdom. Every set of remains recovered is sent to a forensic facility built specifically for this case in nearby Togarmore. In 2026, Northern Ireland passed its own legislation, launching a formal public inquiry and a redress scheme for survivors of mother and baby homes and Magdalene Laundries, institutions that, across the island, held more than 15,000 women and girls over the course of the 20th century. When the excavation began, Catherine Corless called it a fierce battle. She never wanted fame. She wanted the 796 names on her list to have graves. Some of them, finally, are getting one.